Hello and welcome to another video with me, Rauchenwald. Now in this video I'm going to show you how to complete all 3 levels of the Gauchito Antiquity Escalation contract that takes place in Mendoza. Completing the first level of this specific contract will unlock the Gauchito Emetic grenade and the Gauchito Emetic syringe pen for you that can come in quite handy in some of the other missions, escalations and elusive targets Hitman's World of Assassination has to offer. This specific escalation has been one of the more enjoyable contracts simply due to its untypical requirements, and if you enjoyed this one, you'll probably are also going to love the Envy Contention escalation that is part of Hitman's Deadly Sins DLC that you can, by the way, also check out by clicking on the card in the top right corner as well. That said, before we now jump into level 1 of the Gauchito Antiquity Escalation, here is your reminder to like, subscribe and enable notifications. And with that done, it's time to show you one potential way of completing this escalation contract with a Silent Assassin rating. For level 1 of this specific escalation, you want to skip the intro because while the intro animation is playing, NPCs are already moving. Then immediately turn around and vault the fence on the left side, crouch down and walk to the back, make a right turn and then navigate your way between the cars as you see me doing here. Make a left turn here and proceed across here into the hallway, make a right turn and then proceed to the end here in front of you. Once you're up the stairs, you want to make an immediate right turn and pick up the crowbar that's on the left here, proceed straight ahead and vault over the wall down into the flowers below. You can now drop the crowbar to attract the attention of one of the guards and lure him around the car so we can get his disguise. If you're wondering why we are picking up the disguise, well, it's simple, because one of the requirements is actually to get the Guru's disguise. We anyway will not be able to finish this mission as suit only. We therefore might as well just make things easier, pick up the disguise, drop his gun since we will not need it, and then vault back over the wall. You now want to proceed straight ahead and walk up the stairs in front of you, and at the top of the stairs make an immediate left turn. Once you're all the way up the stairs, you might have to crouch down behind that crate and wait for the guard in front of you to turn this way. Then you can walk behind him and up to the sniper's nest where you can pick up the first item. Turn around and wait for the guard to start walking away, and once he starts walking away, you can now walk down, make a left turn and basically just take the stairs all the way down again. Once down here, continue straight and then at the end vault on the right side over the wall and then proceed straight ahead through the flower beds in front of you towards the 2 guards or 3 guards that you can see straight ahead as well. Do not rush and stay in the flowers here since the 1 guard in front of you is an enforcer. You now just have to wait for him to turn around and walk away so you can proceed up the stairs towards the side entrance of the main building. Here you can use your crowbar to open the door. There's no need to worry, nobody hears you. Proceed straight, take your right turn up the stairs and then just take cover here around the wall. If you're really quick and you don't stop, you might already be able to pick up the emetic grenade, but it's safer to wait for the guards to walk past and then continue to pick up the grenade. Turn around and follow along the house wall and you can see the drain pipe in front of you that's highlighted because you can climb up on it. However, you'll have to wait for the NPCs that are currently on the porch to proceed and walk away so they don't spot you while you're climbing up. Once they turn around, you can safely climb up the drain pipe and get onto the roof. Now proceed straight ahead, so cross the roof to the other side and then there make a left turn and you can now climb up the next drain pipe in the corner here to get up into the attic. Once in the attic, you can proceed to the back where you will be able to pick up the Guru's disguise, and with that you will finally reveal your target. Now to get to your target, you have to go back out the window and then back on the right down the drain pipe and basically just retrace a couple of your steps. Once here, you can again use the drain pipe, but this time obviously to get down from the roof, and then just proceed straight ahead into the flower bed in front of you. You should use your instinct to keep an eye on the guard that's patrolling on the right, as well as your target and the group of NPCs here. Proceed closer to your target and now simply wait for the 4 NPCs that are having a conversation here to basically walk away and split up, which takes a little bit of time that I'm gonna fast forward now. Once those NPCs start to disperse, you still want to wait for the guard that's going to enter the screen in a second on the right to be basically out of the way, and your target to be on the left where he's looking across the railing outside instead of looking your way. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit further till the right moment where you can then make your move. As you can see, just briefly after our target gets into position, this guard is going to cross behind us, and that's the moment when you can walk ahead and poison him with the Gauchito Emetic pen. Now it's going to take a second for him to get sick, and then once the red icon appears above his head, you can push him over the railing, walk to the right, and there vault the fence. Now here you are now on a new railing. You'll have to climb a little bit, as you see, to the right to drop down again, and you're almost at your exit. Keep an eye on the guards that are here in front of us. At some point, one of them turns around and starts to patrol, which almost ruins this run for me. So don't rush it here, take your time, and then make your exit here at the altar. And with that, you will have completed level 1 of the Gauchito Antiquity Escalation contract. As mentioned, completing this first level will not only give you a challenge in Mendoza, but it will also unlock the Gauchito Emetic grenade and the Gauchito Emetic pen syringe for you. With that done, we can now take care of level 2 of the Gauchito Antiquity Escalation that requires you to, while being dressed as the guru without the ability to change your disguise, eliminate 3 targets while they are under the effects of poison. Unlike many other escalations, this will mean that we have to pick a completely different approach instead of just varying what we just did in the previous run. For this mission, we spawn at the altar and immediately stop blending in, turn around and walk to the right, and just proceed straight ahead until you leave the trespassing area. Once out here, you want to stick to the right and continue straight ahead, and then on the right through your door, equip the Gauchito Emetic grenade, and you just want to throw it to 2 of your targets here. This will poison your 2 targets and they will head off in different directions. In most cases, there is the small chance that both go to the right like they appear to do now, but in most attempts that I've made during this mission, actually the first guard will then turn around and walk back up here, and you just want to follow him, and when he reaches his destination, you can safely push him over the railing. With him taken care of, you now have to rush to catch up with your second victim or target. You can do this multiple ways, but I chose to go the route our NPC went, so back down the stairs and back to the spot where we originally threw the grenade. Now once here, you want to make a right turn, proceed to the end and take the stairs on your left to head further down. You see there is one NPC below us that's gonna cause an issue, so we have to wait for him to actually turn around and start walking away before we head further down. Once he does that, as said, we can walk down, turn around, and then stick to the left a little bit so the NPCs that almost spotted you lose sight of you. Walk up the stairs and then make a left turn here and through the glass door. For the part here, you just want to make sure that the guard is looking at the desk, and you can walk straight into this corner, and then once he loses interest, just vault over the box and head down the stairs. And then immediately here, climb up the railing and proceed straight ahead. On the other side, just vault down the railing and drop to the ground, and then turn to your left where you can then enter the bathroom where your second target is currently puking, and you can just drown him in the toilet while he's still under the effect of the poison. With him taken care of, make sure to close the door to his toilet stall and then leave the toilet or restroom again, turn left and retrace some of your steps by climbing up here, crossing the area here, and then just dropping down on the other side. Once you're down here, you want to subdue the NPC in front of you and then just drag his body into the box that's on the left side. From here we now have to go and take up or pick up a key, so you want to hit straight ahead, pick up the wrench here, vault over the pipe that is in front of you on the right, and then immediately rush to the right and through the door here, stick to the left, and at the table where that NPC is standing you can safely pick up the key from the table, retrace some of your steps, and then make your way back into the barrel room here and hide behind those barrels. Once the target stops being suspicious of you, you can now throw the wrench into the grape crusher on the right once he stops looking to basically get him to walk over there. Equip the Gauchito Emetic pen and then walk up behind the target while he's walking over there to poison him with the emetic pen. Use the key to disable the safety features, and then once he has the red rectangle or square over his head that indicates that he's been poisoned, press the button to eliminate him. Now to leave the mission you just can proceed straight ahead here and vault the boxes on the right, and with that you leave the trespassing area and you can safely walk up the stairs and take whichever exit you prefer. Congratulations, with this you will have completed the second level of the Gauchito Antiquity Escalation contract as well. For the third and last level of the Gauchito Antiquity, we will have to take care of 5 different targets while they are under the effect of poison, which may appear a little bit challenging considering that we only have 1 emetic syringe and 1 emetic grenade. It's worth pointing out that during this run there is a little bit of variation, which is why for 2 parts of the specific run I'll actually show you 2 different ways of how I handled those situations to be sure that you will also find the right approach for your run. Overall, the run starts the same way. We spawn at the shrine, but this time instead of instantly walking away, you'll have to go behind the shrine and pick up the propane flask. With the flask in your hands, you can now leave the cave, turn right, and again just proceed straight ahead until you leave the trespassing area. Once here, proceed up the stairs and then make a right turn and proceed towards the, I don't know, wine buffet or whatever. So right here, straight ahead here, and then behind the waiter in front of us, just make a right turn and walk straight through the door and then immediately down the stairs on your left. Down here, you want to then crouch on the left behind those flowers and basically wait for the guard in front of us to start walking away. Once he starts walking, you can continue, enter the room and walk to your right and quickly interact with the display here. Press the down button to enable the ventilation and then immediately run back out. If you're too slow to make it out in time, you probably will end up restarting and then next time simply wait for the guard to go through the same routine again. After leaving that area, we proceed into the restroom where you want to knock out this guy and then sneak up on the guard here and knock him out as well. You want to pick up his gun and key card, which helps you to unlock the door you just came through, and then you want to drag both bodies into that hallway and stash them in the crate there. We need this restroom clear because this is where, in the best case, 3 of our 5 targets will go to vomit after we poison them. With the bodies stashed, head back into the restroom and pick up the propane flask, then back into the hallway and then left down the stairs. Follow the stairs all the way down, and then here behind the glass door you want to make a right turn and take cover here. Now there are two ways how this can work. First, you throw the propane flask into the corner here, and if everything goes well, the guard will be the one investigating the item. I will show you later how to deal with the situation if the vineyard worker goes to investigate, but for this specific recording right now, once the guard starts walking, you can just run up to the vineyard worker, subdue him, and then immediately run up to the guard and subdue him as well. Once you've taken care of both of them, pick up the gun and then drag the body and just dump it down here, which does not count as elimination but hides the bodies properly. Do the same for the vineyard worker, and then last but not least, also drop the shotgun in a way that it rolls down here to rule out that anybody sees the gun and gets distracted. As you can see, it might take a couple of tries of standing close to the edge here to get it to fall down, but it eventually works. That done, you can pick up the emetic poison here. If you want to, you can pick up the dongle and the key here. I don't think you need it, and additionally the screwdriver from here. You can now use the emetic poison that you picked up to poison the ventilation, and now quickly turn on the ventilation to poison the entire barrel room, and then after everyone is poisoned, immediately turn off the ventilation again. The next part also has a little variation to it, so again, there's going to be this first part where I show you how to do it, and then there's going to be a second part. Ideally, walk up here and throw the screwdriver to break the camera, pick up the screwdriver again, and then as the targets walk out, you can immediately stab this guy and the second guy by throwing your screwdriver when he wants to walk up here. With that done, you can now take care of those two bodies by dragging them back towards the secure wine room and dumping them into the depression on the right or left side of the entry to the wine room, so where we took care of our first target. Once you have the bodies hidden, you can now head back the way you came, so to the left, to the right, and then take the stairs up towards the restroom that we cleaned out earlier, because in this case, 2 of our remaining 3 targets are going to be in that restroom, and you can simply either drown them or kill them with the screwdriver here. As I will show you later, in the best case scenario, you will have 3 of your targets come up here, but if it works like this, or in most cases, you will now have to make your way back into the barrel room and then there wait for the remaining target to basically recover from the poison and walk back downstairs. To do that, once in the barrel room, you can then just take cover anywhere here, it doesn't really matter, and then equip your emetic grenade and as said, wait for the target to come back, which I'm gonna fast forward to right now. Once the target is back, you want to throw your emetic grenade to again poison the target, and if for some reason the emetic grenade doesn't work properly, then you obviously could also use your guru's emetic pen syringe to basically sneak up behind the target and just poison him using their syringe. In this case, the emetic grenade works, which means I equip my screwdriver again, and once the target starts to walk away, I can either throw or just sneak up to the target and stab him with the screwdriver. And once that's done, just dump his body again into the depression right here. Now the only thing left to do is obviously to make it to an exit, and for that you can simply retrace your steps and either retrace them all the way to the shrine and use that as your exit, or walk out through the restroom on the right that we used to kill the 3rd and 4th target, and just walk out that door here, then a right turn and walk to the main mission exit at the beginning of the map. With that, you will have finished the 3rd and last level of the Gauchito Antiquity Escalation contract. However, as promised, I will now, after the menus are over, also show you 2 alternative scenarios for the room with the guard and the vineyard worker, and how else the NPCs could potentially move once you poison the barrel room, to provide you with a better understanding of the different variations that can happen during this escalation contract. Just like before, we throw the propane flask into the corner, but as you can see, this time Actually, the guard does not investigate it, but the vineyard worker goes to investigate it, which means we immediately turn off the safety on the wall to also distract the guard and give us a chance to still take care of both of them without losing our silent assassin status. Once the guard stands here and investigates the security switch, you can immediately rush out, and if you're fast enough, so don't hesitate, just walk through, take care of the guard, and immediately then also subdue the vineyard worker. And from that point forward, it's again the same thing. You just drag the bodies and drop them into the depression here. Now, just like before, we already cleaned out the bathroom upstairs, and we are now poisoning the ventilation system, and after all targets are marked as poisoned, we disable the ventilation system again. We enter the barrel room, and again we proceed to ideally knock out the camera so we can take care of one of the 5 targets immediately once he leaves the secure room here, and then catch up with the remaining targets as well. The core difference, as you see, is this time only one NPC walks up on the right, which means after dumping the body here, we can immediately follow the 3 NPCs that are all going towards the restroom, and there is only one extra NPC that we later have to take care using the emetic grenade. During this specific run, I get a little bit impatient and stab one of the targets already on the way up here, and then again only take care of 2 of them when they are in their respective stalls. Although you could also wait, because again the 3rd NPC would also come up here and then go into a different stall. From here forward, it's again the same scenario. We make it back into the barrel room, we wait for the 1 NPC to recover, and then we poison him either with the emetic pen or the emetic grenade to kill him then as well while he's under the influence of the poison. Now, to be fair, if I would have been faster and not would have bothered with stashing the first body and immediately ran after that NPC, I probably would have been able to catch him before he makes it all the way up the stairs, shaving a minute or maybe more off of this run. However, that's not the important thing. The important thing is that you see there's a little bit of variation as to where the 5 targets will eventually go. In the best case scenario, 3 of them will end up going to the restroom that you cleaned out. In the worst case scenario, still 2 of them should make it up there. Either way, I hope this guide helped you to complete the Gauchito Antiquity Escalation contract. If so, again, don't forget, like, subscribe, enable notifications so you don't miss out on future videos. And with that, I'm gonna leave you to it and see you in one of my other videos. Till then, bye-bye.